Today we'll be going over the infamous politics system in Rome 2, and let's start with clicking the faction icon down here at the bottom of the screen. Now, there are two tabs here that you need to focus on. That is the Politics tab and the Characters tab. The other tab here is clicking the Overview map, Political Party Affiliation, and taking a look at these wonderful colors on the map here. Jumping back to the Politics tab, you're probably wondering what all this means. Now here on the left, this shows the influence of all political parties in your factions. The small circle icons over here also show what bonuses or penalties, depending on the level of influence you have, that you will be receiving at each level. To gain more influence, party needs more gravitas, and gravitas can be gained a number of ways, but that's something to go over on the Characters tab, as we have more detailed information on that on the next page. Below the overview, we'll actually see the percent of influence that our party has, and the actual bonus that we currently have right here. On the right, you see a number of opposing political parties. The only things you need to focus on are the party's traits and their actual loyalty level right here. All traits can be hovered over to see exactly what they do, and we can even hover over the loyalty level to see what traits are impacting or benefiting your loyalty level for each of the parties. Looking at the traits, going top to bottom, these first two traits are tied to the political party itself, and they will never change unless the party secedes or is wiped out. And the third trait here is directly tied to the leader of the political party. And this will change as the campaign progresses, as the successor will take over, and you can see exactly what traits each one of these guys has. It's best to rid yourself of leaders and potentially entire parties that do have troublesome traits through the various intrigues that we can find on the Characters tab, which we will cover soon. For example, this fella here, Thirst for Power. That's not a very good trait to have. We might have to get rid of him very soon, as well as the entire House of Cornelia. These traits are all random, so if you do start a campaign with crappy traits, you can always restart. If you're worried about secession, it only occurs when a party is at -10 loyalty or beyond. A cracked heart icon will appear over the party at risk with an actual percent value displayed on the top left of the screen. To avoid secession, you'll need to boost a party's loyalty. Do that through winning battles with party members, giving promotions, dignitary agent traits, and even provincial edicts. Most intrigues on the Characters tab will also grant small loyalty bonuses for a limited time. If all else fails, you have the Secure Loyalty button at the bottom, but it does come at a hefty price. Moving on to the Characters tab, here on the left it displays the members of each party and their gravitas level. Clicking a character will actually open the details panel here at the bottom for that character. The center here displays your family tree, and on the right any additional members of the party that are outside of your family. Finally, the bottom right down here are all the intrigues that can be done by any of-age party members. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about gravitas. Gravitas is directly tied with the influence of a party. The more gravitas a character has, the more influence the party has. You can get gravitas by winning battles with the character and certain political intrigues. Politicians, like this guy here, which are characters not leading a military force, will generate 1 gravitas passively each turn, as generals and admirals do not. The lightning bolt icon represents a character's ambition, ranging from 1 to 3. This acts as a multiplier to the gravitas a character generates. It's best to stick ambitious characters from other parties into forces that will never see combat, while putting your own armies or fleets on the front line. You can also use your own ambitious characters as politicians to carry out intrigues for your party. Now onto the intrigues. You can hover over each intrigue to see exactly what it does, what is required to do it, and what you will gain. It is important to note that every of-age character can engage in intrigues. However, there's only a few you'll actually use. The Secure Promotion intrigue, which will be your most used, does give the selected character loyalty and a few bonuses. The first promotion is always free, and additional promotions will cost money. However, there is a give and take. More promotions will provide higher loyalty and bonuses, but it will give the character more gravitas, thus giving their party more influence in the Senate and decreasing your own, unless it is a member of your own party. So do be strategic with how often you promote characters, and as an example, we'll take Cornelia Scipio here. He is green. We'll go ahead and upgrade his general there. And over here, you can see they have increased and we have actually decreased, and they now have more influence in the Senate. Other intrigues like Send Emissary and Organized Games will give you provincial bonuses like food and public order. The most overpowered intrigue is the Send Diplomat, which will allow you to send a politician to another faction. If they're successful, you can receive a number of different bonuses like army movement range, troop bonuses, large sums of money, or even an entire settlement. They can also betray you and give you various penalties like reduced research speed, public order issues, and so on and so forth. And your diplomat can also fail, leading to potential relationship penalties or even the death of the diplomat. So try to send diplomats to factions with positive relations, as that gives a higher chance of success. Another strong intrigue is Embezzle Funds, which gives a lot of money for a small loyalty hit. Send gift, political marriage, and seek spouse are all great ways to provide loyalty or gravitas to parties and characters, as well as expanding a party's size. Finally, assassinate should be used against characters with high ambition, gravitas, or unmanageable traits. However, this action will cause a small loyalty hit due to political actions. But you'll notice that assassinating a party member has a much smaller loyalty hit than the member dying in battle. This does bring us to our final screen. We will select the strategic overview map, political party affiliation filter turned on. This shows which party controls each region. The amount of provinces a party controls will directly correlate to their level of influence in the Senate. Higher influence means more provinces loyal to their party, but the same does work for you. Should a party secede, any regions that are loyal to the party will secede with them, along with any armies or fleets their party commands. If a secession is inevitable, you can cheese it by recruiting a member into a fleet and sailing it out to sea. It's also important to keep in mind that provinces and opposing party controls can change over the course of a campaign. Finally, a few ways to gain loyalty outside of politics is to use the Party Loyalty Edict in provinces that an opposing party controls. You can also upgrade dignitaries to provide loyalty to generals when embedded in their armies. That'll do it for this guide. I hope it was helpful, and if you still have questions or concerns, feel free to drop a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.